mic, and only then you can hear me. This is how it works. The microphone is turned off, you can't really hear anything. Whatever. Still trying things, and now I'm losing frames. Why am I losing so many frames? What's going on? This is not normal. Yeah, not sure what's going on. Maybe it's my connection. Probably it's my connection. That's too many frames dropped. Yeah, probably it's the connection. Is there anything going on here? Not really sure. If I turn off the bridge, does it help at all? No, it doesn't. See if we can. And also, let me check the router. Maybe something's there. It looks good. Well, at least the download speed. Yeah, the router looks all right. Everything looks all right, so it's not really. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. Something is going on, and probably it's something with my particular setup. I know very little about all this stuff. 6,000 enough? Is it too much? We set it to 3,000. The ultra fast encoder. Because I don't know if it's something on the side of my computer. If I apply it, what happens next? No idea. Still dropping frames. Let me try and rejoin this. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, basically, what I'm trying to figure out is why am I losing so many frames? I'm losing frames like crazy. Yeah. It's all pretty bad. Damn it. I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? I think I did. Still figuring things out. Bear with me for a second. I'm trying to figure out why I'm still dropping frames. Even at a much, much lower bit rate, still happens. Oh, not as much as it used to. Anyway, at least it doesn't sound like my Mac is going to fly off the rails. So just quickly checking the video stuff kind of works. Ah, that's so much better. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ah, it works, okay. Awesome. Where were we? I can't remember. So we've been doing a bunch of things for no good reason. What am I trying to do here? I do yarn dev. This one, then I do the same one for Sanity Studio. Yep. Yep. Okay, so I don't. What is going on here? Something's already running. Oh, so the studio is already running? What's going on? Hey. Oh, there we go. Oh, I had such a long day today. Can't even. Way too long. Shouldn't be that long. But it was okay. So, yeah, okay, so here we are. Back where we were last time. The only thing I've added, as you can see, the nav bar is still off, still not centered between the logo and the sign-in button. So the sign-in button actually works. Oops, somewhat works. So yeah, of course, because there's put that. Yeah, because it's a different tenant. This is a 0. What tenant was that? It was this one. Yep, certainly tried out. So for this tenant, we need to, and this is allowed callback, and also logout URL. I don't think we need web origins here, but let's put it as well. And for course 2, okay. So now, watch this. Magic, huh? Yeah, I'm all logged in. Oh, let me actually show you how this happened. So, yeah, and you can see a lot of shifts going around and like, this is all bad and we'll fix it eventually. Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's my, it still uses L0 developer keys, so it's not like 100%. How about that? I just touch my computer and there we go. Basically, bam. I'm all in with all the data I want and the nickname and the private relay, Apple ID email and all that. So that's pretty cool. Does nothing for me really for now, at least. But it's there and it kind of works. So we're good. That was one thing that I've done yesterday without streaming. This is the other one that I actually make work. So this is a MUX MUX video player that plays video. Unsurprisingly, it was way too loud. Yeah. So what it does, it plays video, and I don't know. It's kind of whatever. I don't know why I was so hung up on actually making specifically Mux video work. But hey, it works. It actually does a crazy thing. I don't think that's something it's supposed to do. It's definitely not the way it's supposed to be done for sure. So I have a query that I do in one of my serialize. Well, yeah, in a Mux serializer, I do a query using a asset ref because I don't know why, but in Sanity Studio, go to this post. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Yeah, so if I go to this post and I inspect it and I go to the body and then there's the block for the video player of type logs. For some reason, the only thing I get in return is the asset ref. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to be getting back. I don't know. Strictly speaking, I would definitely expect like the whole object, which contains a bunch of stuff. Mainly, so for the whole thing to work, I need a playback ID, and I guess I need some of the data, although not really sure about that. The tracks, that's not necessarily important. Yeah, but kind of anyway, that's kind of where we are at. I don't know why it's important, or is it? Probably it isn't. So yeah, I don't need any of that really. Oh, actually, let me check something. So I added a video, and I want to see. What do I want to see? Nope, that's not what I want to see. What I want to see. That's what I want to see. Review changes. So what is it? Because I wonder how. Does it know exactly what changed? So if I revert this change, what is it? Nothing changed. Okay. Let's go back even further. Ah, there we go. That's where Well, that's where the video disappeared. Okay, so I can do that. Even though it's not like super smooth and doesn't really do too well. Anyway, I'll just go back to, can I go back? Can I go back to this document? How do I do that? So these are changes, and this is the current version? Yes. Please restore the current version for me. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so that's kind of the situation, and for the life of me, I don't remember what I wanted to do today. So let's see, what can we do really? Let's do the featured post, maybe? Yeah, you know what? Let's do a featured post. And we actually will probably put it at, ahead of COVID stats. How about that? All right, so let's see where are we going to do that. So this is where we get all the stuff about individual posts. What is this? Yeah, so this is, yeah, so that's we're gonna use that. Are we gonna use this? Nope, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Post. Yep, we're gonna change that. ECO. Nope. Header. Don't care. Awesome. So I should switch to different branch. Oh, actually, it's still a homepage improvement, so I don't really have to do that. So, slug, and it was posted, main image, excerpt. Where did I put it? Title, slug. Yeah, probably somewhere around here. We'll call it featured. Will be the type. Oops, the type of something. Title. Featured. Post. And the description is going to be what it's going to be. Toggle this to feature this post on the home page. Yeah, so now for the, yeah, let's go to the Sanity docs. Come on, computer, don't, would it be a toggle? Yeah, probably not. Well, anyway, let's go and see what schema types we actually have. We have a Boolean. Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Is there anything else? Yep, that's all I need. That's actually, I don't need anything else. I'll just call it a Boolean, and there we go. So now watch this. So the Sanity Studio just recompiled, and see, we already have it. So we can toggle it back and forth. I won't do this yet. Why won't I do this yet? I don't know. Anyway, this is something that we don't need for a blog post or a category page. For now, at least, we'll mark posts as featured everywhere, like on every everywhere where appropriate. So this is something that we're going to change on an index page. So site settings, no change, but we just changed the post stuff. So we have a slug, and now we have featured, which is a boolean, as we know. So when we pass it all, this actually doesn't work. Well, it does. That's not what I've been thinking about. So blah 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 blah, and then we pass post nodes to the blog post preview list. This is a this component basically, latest blog posts, uh, right? So we have our COVID thingy, and then we map over every blog post out there. So how do we feature posts that are featured? So let's see, what if we do something like, so we have a node, and we can check actually, let's say, let's make it into an if node. Well, no, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it's that. If node featured, then we do something, and we need to change these. This one, and let me guess, this one. Yep. So if it's featured, we do one thing. Else, although we don't really need else here. Whatever, just for, let's say, for readability purposes. Else. Do we return this? We don't return this, really. Do we? No. Can we do that? I have no idea. Can we? Oh, that's majestic. So, this is actually not, no, that's not what I want to do. It's entirely not what I want to do. So what I want to do, what is it? What is it? What is it? So I want to place it like, let's say here, like that. So none of this actually matters. We don't need any of this. Yet we'll do this and turn this back, basically to where we were. But also, you know what? Let me just do this. Featured, return nothing. No, basically return. Otherwise, did I do that? I wonder if it will break anything. So let's see if it did. Featured. Well, that is because this to take effect, I need to restart the whole thing. The bundles are building. Good. Still running. And also need to fix the whole static query in the wrong place situation. Oh, it still can't feature. Of course it can't. Why can't it? Probably. No? That's probably why. So it'll do that, and we'll do chart. Now it should rebuild, and maybe it will work right away. Maybe I'll need to restart it again. That looks like that's the case. Actually, I watched. Oh, it sounds weird. I watched a conference yesterday. So yesterday was the Next.js Conf virtual, obviously, as everything these days. Yeah, and I got pretty excited about Next.js. I really wanna try it on something more or less real. I don't know how deep I am here with the whole Gatsby thing. I don't know. Feels like it's worth trying actually. Um, still nothing. Oh, of course, still nothing. Well, yeah. So you see, that's kind of my beef with the whole setup. Where so here's the situation. Um, Sanity does not really give you a GraphQL interface out of the box. So what? What are you talking about? How was it in line? That makes no sense. Where's my post? Here's my post. There's nothing in line here. Nothing. Nothing. Let's undo this. Is there nothing? I do have it in portable text. So it's an object, a blah blah blah, a code editor, YouTube, link card. Well, actually, we can safely comment these because there's a to do for this. For link preview, link card, I call it link card, and gallery. So for these two, now the name is Mux, type is Mux video. But you see, whatever. I'll just make it into a thingy. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna call it. Type will be Mux. I don't need any of this. Actually, I don't need any of anything really. What I need to just export it. That's pretty much it. So the last thing I need to do, so again, we comment these two, and then we have Mux right here. We replace these, well, not replace, we just comment them out, and then we import, what is it? Where is it? Objects, Mux. Well, not like that, of course. So now the schema actually has a reference to this whole max situation. So in theory, if we try again, it should actually go through. Whatever, I don't even... Aw, my bad. Should have said yes, now I said yes, and now funny story. So I don't really need to restart sanity for this. Shut up. So now if I go back to Gatsby and build the whole thing, that's when I'll get rid of this message. So the reason was I edited a type in Sanity. It's available there. I can use it everywhere. But to actually make it available in GraphQL, you have to do a little dance when you deploy Sanity GraphQL specifically because they don't do this natively. They use the Grok interface, and that interface is native for them to them. And I guess there's probably a way to work around this in Gatsby, but it makes no sense since GraphQL is kind of the strong side of Gatsby. So here we are. We just made this whole thing work. Um, we added schema, we deployed GraphQL, we added this extra type. Let's actually check something that the video still shows. Yep, it's still there. Let's refresh. Do the high quality refresh. Is this still here? Yep. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. I need to do something about it. I broke something, which is okay. It's development after all. So we're back to square one. Um, all right, so in square one, what do we do? So yeah, we just added the featured post. Where does this go? Blog post card. Yeah, so it's a type of blog post card. We can actually combine them probably at some point later. We can even reuse it, I guess. At least some of it, maybe. We'll need to build an image. We will not do the portable text. Well, we will because there's an excerpt which can be each text. Sanity doesn't use the conventional rich text stuff. It's not HTML actually. Let me show what I mean by that. It's not a markup. It's actually a JSON object. Here's what it looks like. Where is it? Where is it? So the author, the blah blah blah. Yeah. So this is the excerpt for this post. Is it? Is it the one? A quick review. No, it's where is it then? Probably at the bottom somewhere. Mm, yeah, there it is. So this blob of text is not a blob of text. It's a JSON object that has a key, a type. It has marks, and it's a special thing in portable text. And of course, it has children. So so you see it starts with a span of just letter A. Then there's an extra span with a mark of strong and text of quick. And then there's kind of the rest of it in a normal style. So basically, this is a JSON object that represents this whole thing, which is pretty neat. But the downside, well, not the downside, kind of you have to do an extra step to actually make it work. So there's a portable text Of course, there's a block content to React kind of thing where you basically pass all the blocks to this component, and if all these blocks are standard, it will just work. However, some of these blocks are definitely custom. So for those, you have to create a like a serializer for this type. So for example, for author reference, it returns a span with an author's name. Absolutely useless, just here for I don't even know what. For example, I guess. So for every object of main image, it returns a figure, which is basically just a wrapper in a figure. That's all it does. There's nothing else to this. And what else is there? So for YouTube, if I add an object of type YouTube, it will create a div with a YouTube in it, and so on, so forth. For code samples, there's syntax highlighter that I added here. So yeah, these are the extra steps that you have to take to actually make portable text work. So, and the reason I started with, well, we probably don't need it in our, where's our, that's our, is it? No, we need a grid preview list, sorry. So yeah, and that's why I kind of started with, we don't need portable text in this component because it's only going to feature a title, which is plain text, an image, which is a featured image. We don't really care. A date, again, no portable text stuff. But then I realized that where is it? The excerpt for this article can actually be a rich text. I can like remove it all completely and just make it a plain text, but I don't wanna. I wanna keep it. So for this to work, we will have to do some magic. I don't think we need this. Well, I don't. I know we don't need this. So we still keep the portable text. This is a featured post. We'll receive some props. A lot of them actually. And let's go ahead and just structure them right away. So we'll use a title. We'll use a main image. We'll use a published at. We will use a slug. What else are we going to use? That's about it. Oh, the categories, of course. And categories, which is important. For reasons I won't go in right away. All that, and yeah, so basically, here's why we actually, in fact, need the whole raw excerpt thingy. So let's put it in there, not in here, obviously, because that's not where we are at. This is where we are at, and we are taking this stuff right from props. Why aren't you happy? Because I can't type today. Did I tell you it was a long day? Yeah, it was. So now let's just do the whole make it work first thing and then do the rest. So we'll just remove all this prop stuff because we don't need it. We don't need that. We'll actually make it a different kind of image. We'll make a like full featured image. This is our slug. This is our title. This is our excerpt. And here it is again. With that, I don't think oh yeah, we have some more. We have this. And this looks like much nice now. So we export as a featured post, right? So we don't need that. Okay, so now we can do the whole import dance. And this will post, and here it is a featured post. And we will call it featured post. Oops. Featured post. There you are. And we just take the whole thing here. Now we remove this and let's watch stuff break. So we don't have slug current. Why don't we? Don't we? So we should have a slug. It's probably there. Should be at least. Why don't we see it? We have a slug on them. Yeah, we do. Published that. We should have slug. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, what if we maybe didn't go through the structuring properly? Oh, I don't think we actually got it. Huh. That's weird. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Just checking the sound. Let's see what we've got there. Show me warning. So there's an object that has no properties. There's another one with no property. Oh, okay. So this was dumb. And I bet you were like screaming at me and making all sorts of noises because, of course, this post does not accept any props. So, and let's just ask like the whole props thing. Okay. Now you can see that there's an object that is called props, and we will rename it to post. Okay, so that now we can do the whole post thing from here, and from here we'll just take the post into the same dance. What? What's going on? More importantly, why? Did we pass post here? We did. And in theory, everything in props is... I'm trying to think. Do we take anything here? Take all this, including featured and slug. So it should... Why isn't it? Maybe that's... Oh, that's why. Okay. We need to filter... We need to filter nodes here. That's not going to work. So how are we going to handle this? So I can select multiple posts as featured. So I'll have like a dozen featured posts, but I only want to show one. So, and we sort posts by date. So if I choose the first one in the array, well, the 0th one, and that's the post I'm gonna show. So let's do that. Oh, not flitter. I don't know what this is. We'll filter this. Node. Can I just do that? There's something going on here. So I did the filter. Oh, okay. So I'm missing this one, and this one is extra then. This one is probably extra. There we go. So we do this, but in fact, we only take the 0th one. Yeah, whatever. So let's see if I'm close. Apparently, I'm not. So that's because here we actually don't need to do any of that. We just take the post. Oh, you need to take all the stuff from post, right? Yeah. Duh. Let's keep it here. So featured posts and naming conventions are just, well, let's try and do the props. In theory, I don't know what am I doing. This is not something that should be of any consequence. Okay, so now let's try and do the what. Well, actually, let's console learn props, but also from here, let's see if I'm anywhere near the node filter. So in theory, it should only return nodes that have featured set. Yeah, it should work. It doesn't, evidently. And as you can see, the post is undefined. Why is it undefined? Well, so now now I understand why it's undefined, because actually I should be passing it as an object. Just destructuring this stuff on the fly. Now let's see where we are at. So now we are all undefined, like everything is absolutely 100% undefined. Why? So whatever. Let's just do that and return node. What do you want from me? We do that, then we return. So this won't work at all. It actually shouldn't. It's not kind of the point here. The point is to see. Okay, so there are a bunch of nodes that we actually get in return, since we don't really filter anything for real. Just console log all of them. So, oh, well, so it's actually, I know what's the problem here, and it's funny. So I was right the first time. We can just return the whole. I don't want to warn that. So this is the correct way of selecting that. So the question is, what happens if there are no featured posts? And this is exactly what's happening, because as you may remember from earlier today, I didn't really switch this one, so we don't in fact have any featured posts. So when we try to render this component, it just fails. So what do we do? How do we make this component optional? Let's put it ahead and do the. Okay, so now we can do this thing where we ask, do we have a featured post? If so, please render this component. Otherwise, move on with your life and don't bother any of us anymore. So now let's see what's happening. We got our page back, so that's good. At least that's a good sign. So, all right. So here we can remove this ugly, dumb, useless console logs. And now actually let's try something. Let's try and make this post featured. So we'll go, well, let me go back to the home page and see what happens. So let me toggle this and publish, and let's see what happens, if anything. Nothing happened. Why? Why didn't nothing happen? Well, actually, let's even do this even funnier. Yep, we don't have one. Why don't we have one? Okay. It should return an array, right? Oh, come on, VS Code. You know it. Whatever. That's funny. Yes, send the featured post there. Otherwise, well, actually, you know what? Let's actually see what's going on in there, because I suspect stuff. Yeah, so we got an array. This array is empty. Let's think why. All right. Okay. I don't remember the node structure, so, well, because it's a node, it's props. Let's actually do that. Show me all the props with all the nodes. There we go. Right. Yeah, this and that and this. Do we get, so featured is null, moving on. Second one, feature is null, moving on. So feature is actually present, which is a good sign, I guess. It's not enough to actually make things work. Yeah, so as you can see, it's empty everywhere. Why is that so? Why is that so? Let me think. Well, I don't know, really. Go to GraphQL and see our graphical. So we'll see the node, and we'll also see featured. And it's null everywhere. How did this happen? Is this a featured post? Did I publish it or what? I don't need to redeploy GraphQL for this, do I? Oh boy, maybe I do. Well, see, it's here. There we go. Sitting here mocking me. Duh. Do stuff. Whatever. Let's try and rebuild it. I don't know. It always helps. No, I'm lying. It's not. It doesn't always help. Sometimes it helps. So let's see if that's if it's one of those times. Just got a few messages I need to take care of, and now we can actually try and see if something changed. Nothing changed. So why is that? Let's go to our revision and just look through the posts and I don't know what I'm doing. Well, actually, I do know, apparently. So there we go. We've got all the posts. We've got all this stuff here with all the data for each of them. Somehow, I don't understand. Title. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You see featured here? No, you don't. You see it here? You don't. How about this one? Nope. You see where it's going? Because I do. Well, so this is the post that is supposed to be featured. Why isn't it? All the stuff that is supposed to be there, except for the featured thing. But if we ask for it specifically, yeah, like that, get it. It's right here. Let's actually do this so that we know what post this is. And oh, shoot! So it was a different post. Sorry about this. So let's do this again. And this one should be number 11 in the list here. Here it is. There's no slug. There's that. And there's featured, which is true. Why don't we see it? Well, we see it, but for whatever reason, it's null. Why is it null? So that's the helicopter one. What's going on? So, did you see it wasn't there like a second ago? Ah, graphical. Oh well. So anyway, let's go back and see how things shake out. They actually don't. Nothing really changed. Back to the console. What do we see here? We see an array of all the stuff, which is wrong. It is wrong. And we do the featured post. And see if we get anything in there. It's too late. It was empty anyway, so we don't really care. Why is it empty? Why doesn't it filter stuff? Maybe I'm filtering it wrong. Node. I take a node. Let's try it again. Okay, so we'll do the. Nope. So we'll do that and actually take a quick look at the objects that we get. We got 10 of them. And this one should be the helicopter one, but we don't see it here. I wonder why. No, like really, why? Where does it come from? It comes from index, right? So, nope, it doesn't come from index, it comes from list. This one comes from index. Bottom key asset. It's for images. This is for that query. This is for featured. Okay, so featured should be passed along with everything else. Yeah, so post nodes should come here in the props, but they don't. Let's actually see if maybe something was broken. Right, so we get this, we then get, yeah, we only got 10. God, I'm an idiot. So this is happening because I'm an idiot, that's why. Yeah, that's basically why. So here's the reason. Is this one, because we limit, but we will actually limit it in some other way, sometime later. Again, as soon as we make this whole thing work, which I promise you will happen eventually. This is how things work. So now we can see that we got 13 posts to where below the fold. So we got this one, and this one is featured. So in theory, again, in theory, we should be getting a featured post here if I filter things correctly, which I actually do. Wow, that's surprising. Okay. So this is featured. We have a title. We have all of that. Why are you complaining? So we can say for a fact that we actually pass it because we have a featured post. Well, that's freaking... Anyway, so if it's more than 0, wait, if it's more than 0, then do all the stuff. Otherwise, don't do anything. Of course, it's existed. It's an array, so it was there, but it was empty. So it was trying to pass some other stuff here that is not related to anything at all. So now, here we are in a featured post where let's double check that we actually get, oops, no. Oh yeah, let's do that, and let's try post and see if anything comes through. Yeah, so here it is. It even has a title. So it should have a slug. Does it have a slug? Let's check. It does have a slug. It has a current slug. Well, so again, this is me being an idiot, okay? Um, how about this? Can we do that? I wonder if we can do that. It should be illegal. Well, it's not illegal, so apparently we can do that. And here we go. This is our featured post. Now this post will show up here, but as you can see, it doesn't show on the front page. But if we browse the archive, everything is going to be there. The reason for this is that I don't really want to have a featured post here and then have it somewhere else. For instance, if it's one of the latest posts, I don't want it to sit like here and here as well. Now, what are we going to do with this whole ugliness? Let's, gosh, I'm tired. So let me actually do just one little thing, and we'll do the margin top of 10. Looks good enough for me. Yeah, so what else do we have here? We have image, we have link, shrink. This goes for what? So this is just for this one. So flex column. What if we make it into a row? Let's see. That's much better, isn't it? And this is what I was talking about the port when I mentioned portable text. You can see that you can actually, in fact, go and style your post introductions, which is kind of ooh. Before we do that, let's actually try something else, and let's see how that works. So this is a newer post, and in theory, it should become yay! Isn't it magical? So I don't know. I don't think I showed you. Did I show you? I didn't show you. I definitely didn't show you. So there's an editor, and we can actually split these, and I don't care about that at all. So, and this is my web preview. So this is like live. This is this post, what it looks like live, and watch this. How cool is that? It's like almost instantly. I didn't save anything. I didn't do anything. So, and we don't have an excerpt here. So I'll just show you thing here. So this is something I'm doing live. How cool is that? So this is a bit slow because none of this is actually. Never mind. It's normally it's quite a bit faster, but yeah, the thing is that it does work, and I really like how it gives you an immediate idea of what things are and what they look like, and it even goes for images. Just watch this thing. This is a square one, so I can't really do much about it. But if I just do that, you can see in a second that the whole image. Don't embarrass me. It should do that, but it doesn't. Well, it does it on a website, but it's not as impressive because I actually can put them side by side. Right, so I can put this to the left and this to the right. So in here I can showcase that. So I don't need a preview actually. I'll just do this. So if I do that, it happens live on a website as I do this whole, you know, stuff. It shifts focus as I see fit live. So that's pretty cool. And I've heard with what was it? With Next.js, it goes like works even better. So yeah, so in here you can see that if what do I want to do? I'm trying to remember. Right, so I want to unfeature this post. Bam, and we go back to the one that was featured previously, kind of the latest featured one. So for example, if I feature a post for elections and then when it's all gone, I just remove the featured status, it will fall back to the previous one. So now what's important is to try certain scenarios. For example, we don't have a featured post. What happens? Nothing happens, nothing breaks. So now we have it back. And let's do some live editing here. Well, what if we turn it into code? That's not nice. And I would, you know, bolden this just for the sake of it. So all good on that. And I don't know if you realize this, but everything actually works live. I can remove the category, I can confirm delete it from here, and it will break because a category is required. But let's say I put it into tech. Now let's see how that goes. You can see it's tech. Damn it, that's not what I wanted to show you. So I wanted to show you how it's tech. Now let me add an extra one and see. Actually, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's do the events, for example. Nothing happens because I'm pretty sure I'm only selecting the zeroth one. What's the? Oh damn it! Only the same post, right? So we can just close this. But now if I delete the tag, just watch. Bam! Isn't it magical? And this is actually travel to be exact. So just watch this. I mean, this is so cool. I removed here in the editor, and bam, there we go. Live preview. So let's do a few small tweaks to the way things are. We'll put it back. Nope, not like that. We'll put it back. Damn it. We'll take this. Here's my second browser window. Yeah. So what I want to do, I want to move this one back in here so we have everything in one browser. I'm so tired. All right, so what's really terribly bad about this thing? Well, so first of all, it doesn't look featured to me, so I would go and, well, is that good width for this image? Should it be bigger, smaller? I think it's fine. We'll work on that a little later. Now, categories, we don't really have those. Why don't we have those? Oh, because it's an array, actually. It's not. If we do that, and we do title, let's see. Okay, I don't remember. I don't want to do this now. So I'm here to do a idle thing so that it looks actually looks featured. You know what? Not happy. That's definitely too much, no matter how you slice it. No, okay, I don't like that as well. That's way too. But let's make it bold, and let's do our corporate color. Nope, that's even worse. So let's keep it gray. Why keep it gray? So for this one, we can actually use black. And we can probably do that. I don't know if we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Um, damn it, it's still too small for my taste. I don't like how small it is. I can do the 12, I guess. Can we do 12? No, I don't think we can. Let's do 15 and see what's shaking. So size-wise, this is much closer. I don't think there's a leading of 20 in. Well, let me actually try this. Okay, doesn't work. Why my IntelliSense doesn't work? Whatever. Work. Please work. No, it doesn't. Where's the Tailwind CSS is right here. So let's see what options we have for. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. So leading. Oh, so the biggest one is leading 10. Well, it kind of makes sense. Let's try this actually, because I'm probably shooting for it anyway. Let's see. Yeah, that's more like it. That's not what I'm shooting for exactly, but that's more like it. So we'll probably go relaxed or normal. Well, let's try snug first to see where it gets us. It's okay. With normal, we get a lot of space. I'd say we get too much space. We probably don't even need this. Ah, we still get it. I don't know, it looks okay-ish. It doesn't make me like super happy. Let's see what it looks like on a smaller title. So, come on. Come on. This is a newer post, so it's supposed to be at the top. For some reason, it isn't. Oh, it is. It just didn't work. Okay, so do I like this? It's okay. So it's fine. I'll deal with everything else later. I need a break. So now let's see what happens. So you see, this is kind of the problem that I'm going to deal with. So we need this card to be pretty solid. We don't want it to shift around so much, especially to this point. This is ugly. This is not how things are going to look or how I want them to look or anything like that. So again, we get to the point where card shifts before the next breakpoint, and this time it's really bad because it doesn't really go any further. So see, that's kind of quickly fix this because that's round 8 flex shrink 0. So we can probably remove that. overflow hidden. Let's see. I don't know. I have no idea if that's gonna fix it. Well, it didn't. But the idea is that we should just reflow the whole card, and definitely add a mark that this is a featured post. But that, folks, not today. For today, I think we are done. Well, at least I am done. Still maybe in the middle of something. So we're gonna do the Netlify build and deploy. It's actually, we're gonna do this twice. So one time for Sanity Studio. We want to deploy it as well online so that I can use it anywhere and everywhere, wherever I want. There are a bunch of plugins that I run as well. The Algolia one actually doesn't work locally, but Gatsby Cache normally pretty helpful because it gives you the whole faster incremental build experience. I don't think it works if you change the schema, if you change other things that will actually give me a summary of pages. Summary of pages that it actually had to generate. Oh, I forgot to remove a bunch of. Yeah, so as you can see here, it updated every page and every category and like everything. It didn't necessarily have to, but in this case, I guess there was a change that kind of required that. So then we have a lighthouse thing that checks performance, and I require it to be at least this value for it to pass, and it barely passes really. So Sanity, not Sanity, Algolia, as expected, failed, and now we have our thing online. It's not glorious at all. It's pretty shitty in so many respects, but it works. So that's, I guess that's the important part. It does work. Um, yeah, and we didn't really break much. So stuff is still there. Everything is still there. Work in progress. This is the post that I'm going to share when I figure out the whole live streaming setup. Because I'm waiting for a camera and I'm waiting for a microphone so that it all actually works well. Because now I'm like, this is pretty bad. Yeah. So with this being said, let's check if our Sanity Studio got deployed as well. So here it is, and since I use Safari, it's gonna yell at me that it can't find cookies. Like, Safari is the new Internet Explorer 6. It can't do shit for you. So, yeah, so if I had a bunch of, I don't know. So actually, if I toggle this and publish it, it will go through the whole deployment process, and within like a couple of minutes, you'll see the change on the website. But for that we'll get into that